Is he? Well, almost exactly how I predicted it. That now the Stasi police in the UK have contacted Paul Golding and told him that anybody comes to support him outside court on the 20th of May, he's going to be fined, arrested, and thrown in prison. Now, I did predict all this would happen. The only thing I didn't predict is that they would contact him first to tell him this. I thought that they would just swoop mob-handed on the day and start nicking people if they stood 1.9 metres away from each other instead of 2. But what's quite telling about this here is that for long enough they've been telling him that they're actually helping to police and facilitate this gathering outside the court. And now, just 5 days away from the actual day itself, they've told him now that there's a complete 180 and this is what they're going to do. Not only are they going to arrest people that go, they're also going to throw charges at him for being an organiser, which makes him face more prison time. So let's just get this straight here, shall we? We're currently seeing a situation in the UK and other parts of the world as well where prisoners are being let out of prison because of the overcrowding in jails, which will help the spread of coronavirus. The legal system has been all thrown into disarray where court cases all across the country are being postponed. But Paul Goldings goes ahead. And of course, he's going to get thrown in prison, isn't he? When proper criminals are getting released, he's going to get thrown in prison. So do you really think that they're doing this if there's a chance that he could walk free on the 20th? No. Exactly like Tommy's trial, the outcome of this has been predetermined. And even if they can't get him on existing laws, they will simply make up a new law in order to throw him in prison. The reason they've decided to do this now is twofold. Firstly, is to cause maximum disruption to the supporters because, of course, people have made travel arrangements and other arrangements to get there. And now that they've pulled this. The other reason for doing that is simply because if there is a protest there, then when the media go, and there's going to be reporters there, probably reporters from The Guardian and The Independent, you know, those sort of reporters, they're probably going to stand outside court and they're going to say, oh, well, you know, there is no support for this far-right extremism anymore. But that would be a little awkward, wouldn't it, if there was a huge turnout of people all shouting for Paul Golding in the background. That would kind of put a spanner in the works somewhat. So they want to control the narrative. And, of course, people go, his supporters go. That destroys their narrative. They're going to be reporting from court so that they can spin whatever lies they want. Now, apparently Tommy Robinson's still going there as a reporter. But what's the bet on the day? What's the bet? That he gets turned away. Okay? Now, when you look at all this, they are using coronavirus regulations and restrictions in order to do what they've done, in order to stop this from happening. So, I said this before, that there are people out there that don't want this situation to end. Are you going to still sit there and tell me that the authorities now are desperate for coronavirus restrictions to end and to get back to normal? We've got a situation right now where protesting is simply not allowed, and if you do, you're nicked, sunshine. Do they want things to go back to normal? No, of course not. As I said, now the other court cases are being postponed. Paul Goldings goes ahead. The reason they're doing this is because of the lockdown procedure and that they can actually do this now. And if, of course, if they ended this regulations and restrictions on gatherings and things like that, then they couldn't pull this shit, could they? They'd have no excuse to stop it. So they want it to go ahead. They want his trial to go ahead while they've got an excuse to be able to stop it. So if you go on to Britain First website, there's a live stream that he did about half an hour, and he's listing out all this. But if you've made plans to go, you need to cancel them as a matter of urgency. Don't go, because if you do, you're going to get nicked. And it also puts Paul in more danger as well. So he's pleading with people not to go, not to just say, well, we're not going to be bullied, and not go. And you know what? I've often thought that I've got a little bit of hidden sixth sense in me somewhere. And this is almost exactly what I predicted, again, has been proven true. So there you go. You tell me now. You tell me if the lockdown restrictions and other restrictions to do with coronavirus are not suiting the establishment just that little bit too much. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Easy.